All right. 6:05, July 7th, 2026. It's good to see everybody. Thanks, guys, for joining. I know everybody's got a lot going on, so I appreciate you guys being here that are here live. Good to see you, Gavin, Colton, and Bryson, and Brixon, and Jackson, and Landon. It's good to see you guys. I know Brandon is on. So is LJ. Gavin Hayes let me know he'd be in the vehicle moving. So I appreciate everyone that's here live. If you're watching on replay, at least you're watching on replay. But we are going to keep this pretty brief. I do want you guys to get a chance to talk because we are getting to play this weekend. So this weekend we're getting it jumped off. Most of us are that are on the call. We're on the call on Sunday, but looking forward to this weekend. So make sure that you guys are locked in. We'll keep this pretty brief. We'll just touch on the schedule. I know Coach Lunt has at least one or two things he wants to touch on and talk about. And then we'll let you guys get about the day. So Coach Lunt, what do you got for us? I'll pass it off to you here. Let you say a little bit, and we can come back and talk the schedule and things like that.
Gentlemen, how's everyone doing? Everyone doing all right? Enjoying summer? Good. Good thumbs up. All right, awesome. I just wanted to touch on I know I mentioned about energy and creating energy. And being an energy creator, not an energy catcher. And I know Coach Miner spoke a little bit about this. He referenced Energy Vampire, which is off a really good book called why am I forgetting the name of it? Energy Bus, the Energy Bus. All right. So one of the things we actually had a team meeting, Zoom meeting, where we're talking about creating energy, and one of our core values is circle of control. So focusing on the things you can control and eliminating the things you can't control, which is always a lot easier said than done. It's very easy to say, "Oh yeah, don't worry about the things you can't control and just focus on the things you can't control." But we're all human. We all really struggle with that. But one of the things that really sticks out about energy, because it fits right into the things you can't control and you can't control, and being an energy creator is someone that is always bringing the right energy and understanding that it's something that you always control, just like your attitude and your effort. I heard a really good podcast just talking about energy and how to create it, and it brought up motivation. Like this really hit home with me in the podcast was motivation's just fairy dust. Like if you're using outside sources to create energy or to create motivation, then it's never going to be consistent with anything you do in life. Anything. All right. If you have to be dependent on other people to create your energy, you're always going to be what we'd call that energy catcher. And so learning that energy is something that you can always create and something that you always control, whether it's positive or whether it's negative. Like one of the things they brought up is, have you ever been in a room where someone's just got really bad body language, or you can just tell that they're in a bad mood and how that can affect a room? Has anyone ever been in, like, whether it be like a classroom setting, whether it be a family setting, but do you guys know what I'm talking about? Just with someone having really bad energy or bad body language, and how that can, bring down a room, right? And those are things that, like, we don't have any control of that person's energy, but we can't allow that person's energy to bring us down. And I always think about it from a coaching standpoint. When a coach gets on you, when a coach yells at you in practice, or when a coach is, getting on you about stuff, are you allowing those words to take away from your energy, from your focus? Or you listen to what the message is, and then creating your energy to keep moving forward. The other thing I always bring, the other example too, is like, and I brought this up with our team, is like we all know, like when you're playing in a packed house, let's say you're, Friday night game, you're playing your rivalry, the gym's packed, that creates always a positive energy, right? Where you get up and you're excited about that game, and that energy from the gymnasium creates this energy, that can be contagious, etc. But those are scenarios that you don't want to just focus on having as far as controlling you and your energy, because we all know that, like, okay, well, what if it's a big conference game? Because every game in our conference is a big game. It doesn't matter who it is. Every game means a lot. It's like our Super Bowl. And sometimes we'll go play. Like for instance, we have to play Lewis and Clark this year, and it's while all of our students are out of town because it's during Christmas break. So like we're going to be playing in a gym, and it's going to be at Lewis and Clark, but we're going to be playing at Lewis and Clark where there might not be more than 15 people there, right? So like rather than when we play them in February, when it's at our place, when there'll probably be 1,000 to 1,500 people there, be a packed gym. So the point is that we know that the energy in the building isn't going to be created from anyone else. But we can't be the catchers. We've got to be the creators. So we've got to create our own energy. So I think that that's something. Sometimes, when you're down with your energy, or you're rattled, or you can come to this, and I do this all the time with myself. But like, am I two parts? One, am I creating energy right now? Am I being an energy creator? Whether that's in practice, whether that's hanging with my family, whether that's anything that we're doing. Am I creating energy? All right. And if I'm not, well, then I need to, because that's what's going to bring about, an environment that I want to work in, an environment that I want to be in. Okay. So constantly asking yourself, are you creating energy? And then here's the other part to it. That's the second part. Are you creating positive or negative energy? Because both those can be, like we just talked about, both those can be effective, both in a positive way and in a negative way. So checking yourself on that. Are you creating energy? And then what type of energy are you bringing to the table on a day-to-day basis? And I think when you can start consciously thinking about those things and what you're bringing to the table, this is where you start really growing as not only as a person, but as a leader. It also helps you being self-aware, as far as what you're bringing to the table. So I think those things are really, really valuable. And obviously, this weekend, or in all of our tournaments, yeah, we'll have family members and we'll have, people there watching the games. But, when you're sitting on the bench, when you're not necessarily playing, like you need to check yourself and you need to ask, am I bringing energy? And what type of energy am I bringing to the table? Because that's something where you can always be supportive, of your team and of your teammates, in creating that environment. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. Like I said, we had a meeting with our team, and we kind of went over a few of those things, which all circle back to one of our core values, which is circle of control. But knowing that those are things, that you control. So Coach Miner brought that up. I just wanted to touch base on that as far as the difference between it being a creator rather than a catcher. You don't want to be a catcher. It's inconsistent. You don't control it. You don't control if it's positive. You don't control if it's negative. You're seeking out other people's energy in order to create your energy, or bring energy to you. But you want to be an energy creator, which means that you're always understanding that you control your energy and you want to create a positive energy as much as possible. So I just want to touch on that. Looking forward to this weekend. Excited to get down there and compete with you all. And let's bring some positive grit energy, to this weekend.
Let's go. Yeah, it's not neutral, fellas. You're either giving it or you're taking it. There's not like you're just being neutral. So if you think, oh, I'm just being neutral, you're being negative. You're bringing down the level. So you can't just coast. You can't just think, oh, I'm just gonna be, you got to bring good energy. And on the bench, when you're in the game, positive energy is contagious. But so is not having enthusiasm, not having positivity. That's contagious also. So when you're playing this weekend, think about what type of energy you're giving off and what that says about you as a teammate and as a player. So if you're giving off bad body language, if you're miss a few shots and you get down on yourself, like that's not the type of things that, I mean, sometimes the ball won't fall. Sometimes the ball doesn't go in. So what are you doing to try to pick yourself up? And what type of teammate are you? If your teammate's not making his shots, like, are you saying, hey, let's go get it back on defense, swing it, get to the foul line. And if your shot's not falling, you got to figure out how else you can impact the game and how else you can help us as a team. So I know I got on Brixton because he didn't do his assignment, but the rest of you guys, I was looking through those. Good job on that. And then I'm going to be sending out the standards. So the guys that were with us in the spring should know about those. These are not something that you memorize all 20 of. The Pacific has 4 core values. Our program standards are more than that. So I have them listed out. So I want you guys all to be familiar with them this weekend. And I want you to have read through them a few times. So obviously, I'll call it Jackson. Are you able to unmute? Can you tell us what the G in grit is for? Unmute. Hopefully you got it. Otherwise, we'll do a little cardio. Uh-oh. What would be a good G word, Jackson? That's why you take notes. That's why you write things down, man. What would be a good G?
Uh, Trying to remember. I wrote this down.
You wrote it down. You need to review it. We will do some running, but I'm gonna let Bryson can come off mute. I'm gonna let Bryson Walston tell us what the G is for.
It's gratitude, coach.
Gratitude, Jackson. Gratitude. So these are things that we got to know. If you're walking around Vegas with a grit shirt on and you don't know what the G in grit is for, then that's going to fall back on us too. So you got to know that it starts with gratitude. The R, Landon, tell us what the R is in grit.
Resiliency.
Resiliency, bouncing back from adversity, how you handle setbacks, resiliency. The I, Brixton. What is the I?
Intensity.
Intensity, pretty intense, not bad. Intensity, gratitude, resiliency, intensity. Gavin Keller, Central Catholic's finest. What is the T?
Togetherness.
Togetherness. So make sure you know that, Colton, because if you're playing with grit, you got to know what you're wearing and what the acronym stands for. So if you're not taking notes, you better have that locked in at least. You better know those 4 core values of grit. Gratitude, we're thankful. We talk about being thankful to play the game. Resilient, intensity, togetherness. So make sure you have those locked in. Okay, we're going to pass it around for 2 truths and a lie. So I'm going to go with Bryson. Bryson, you're going to get to go first. I want you to give us your 2 truths and a lie. Here you go. What do you got, Bryson?
Okay, I got him. You ready for this?
Ready.
My favorite number is 21. I have a signed NBA jersey, and I can windmill.
Okay, so let's see. Favorite number is 21. You have an autographed NBA jersey, and you can windmill. 2 of those things are true, correct?
2 of those things are true.
Okay, so drop in the chat what you think is lie? What do you think is the lie? Drop it in the chat. If you think his favorite number is 21, that's a lie. If you think that he doesn't have an auto, he's not windmilling. LJ says that's fake. Brickson
Who
says his
said that?
favorite number is not 21. Jackson says that he can't windmill. Landon says that windmill's a lie. All right. Bryson, what's the lie? What's the lie, Bryson?
21.
Or it's not.
Or not 21, sorry. I forget.
So
Not
you can't
21.
windmill? I don't know about that. You can windmill. And your
Yes,
favorite
just
number is
recently.
22?
Yeah, favorite number is 22.
So that was the lie. Okay. We got to
Yep,
see
just
it.
got
You
the
got to bring
windmill
it
in the
out.
bag.
You
I
got
will.
that
I
on
will.
camera yet?
No,
You
I
got that on
haven't.
video? I
It's
don't
been
know.
on and off.
Okay, we
I'll
better
get
see
it.
it more on than off. Let's go. All right. Okay. Who's the autographed jersey of, Bryson? Now you're going on that silent thing where we can't hear you. Gavin Keller, are you hearing him? All right. We're going to pass it on. Jackson Ivy. Jackson. Where's she?
All right. Number
What do you
one.
got, Jackson?
Number one is I have 4 dogs. Number two, I've been to 15 countries. Number three, I've lived in 4 different countries.
Okay. There you go, folks. 4 dogs. Traveled to 15 countries, lived in 4 countries. Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. Lived in 4 countries, Brixton says is a lie. Traveled to 15 countries, Landon. LJ says number 3. Gavin says lived in 4 countries is a lie. Okay, what's the lie, Jackson Ivy?
Number one,
You don't have any dogs, or how many dogs do you have?
1 dog.
1 dog. He has 1 dog, folks. 1 dog. Okay, good job. How about you, Gavin Keller? Are you able to go?
All right. My favorite color is blue. I was born in Portland and I have 2 dogs.
Okay, blue. Born in Portland. 2 dogs. Who thinks that the blue is the lie? Who thinks that the born in Portland is a lie? Looks like everybody's guessing that that's the lie. And that you do have 2 dogs. All right, Gavin Keller, what's the truth or what's the lie?
I only have 1 dog.
1 dog. Okay. 1 dog. So you were born in Portland. What type of blue is your favorite? Royal, Navy, baby? What type of blue guy are you?
Yeah, like royal blue. Like bright,
Like
but
Duke.
yeah. Yeah.
Duke blue over the Carolina blue or like
Yeah.
navy blue.
hmm
Like it. I like it. That was my high school colors, blue and white.
Nice.
Out of sight. Stand up, sit down, fight, fight, fight. Go cavemen. Let's go. All right. Who else we got? Who else can go? Colton, I don't know if your mic's working. Landon said his camera's not working. Brixon, are you able to go?
Yeah.
Let's hear
So,
yours, Brixon.
I've never been out of the US. I'm a disc golf world champion, and I have 2 dogs.
Okay. Never been out of the US. Nike disc golf champion And what was the last one? Dogs?
Yeah, I have two dogs.
Okay. Who thinks that he's never been out of the US is a lie? Okay. Who thinks the disc golf world champion is a lie? Okay. And who thinks that the two dogs is a lie? Who let the dogs out? Some people putting up one. Some people are guessing one is the lie. All right, Brixton, what's the lie?
I've never been out of the US. I have. I've been to the
You have been. Where
Philippines.
have you been? Where have you traveled out of the US?
I've went to the Philippines twice.
Okay. That's pretty cool. And you are a world champion disc golfer for your
Yeah.
age division.
Yeah, when I was younger.
Do you pull out the tomahawk sometimes? Or are you straight traditional or what type of?
I don't really, yeah, pretty much just normal. Normal.
Okay, okay. All right, I see you. Nice. That's it's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It's a fun fact about our guy Brixton is that he is a champion disc golfer. It's not golfing, frisbee golfing, disking. So there you go. I don't know if Bryson and Colton got their mics working yet. Brandon had to hop into a workout. Stop
Hey,
it.
coach, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes. Can we hear Colton?
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on, but when my camera's off, I'm able to like talk. So
Okay. All right. Well, let's hear from your brother. Let's have him give us his two truths and a lie.
Um,
Who let the dog
first
out?
one
Hold on, bud.
is I ride dirt bikes.
Okay.
Second is I'm 6'5" at 14. And my third is I have 3 dogs.
Okay. A lot of people talking about their dogs. My son's talking about who let them out. Who let the dogs out?
Who let the dog out? Oh.
Okay. So who thinks the dirt bikes is a lie? Who thinks that he's a dirt bike rider? 6'5", 6'5" at 14 years old. Everyone's guessing that the dogs is the lie, Colton. What's the lie?
Yeah, I only have 2 dogs.
So you fibbed and threw in an extra dog.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. And you are 6'5" and you're 14 years old.
Yes, coach.
Okay. Well, be careful on the dirt bikes.
I will.
Frisbee golf or disc golf is a safer hobby than riding dirt bikes.
for sure.
But if you're careful, yeah, don't hurt yourself.
I won't.
Disking, or you don't want to have an injury because you disc too much or something, Brixton. So, I mean, just make sure you're taking care of yourself when you're out there disking, okay? It's not as strenuous as if you're saying like you're a bowler. Bowling, that's one that you got to be in tip-top physical shape to be a good bowler. All right. LJ looks like he's off. LJ, are you able to give us yours?
Yeah, I could go.
Okay, LJ, what do you got for us?
All right, first one, I won districts in track. Second, I've gone to 2 different high schools. And third, my favorite sport is soccer.
Okay, so did LJ Leland win districts in track? He's been to 2 high schools, or his favorite sport is soccer. Drop it in the comments. Who thinks 1 districts is a lie? Who thinks he's been to 2 high schools is a lie? Who thinks that his favorite sport, soccer, is a lie? Who thinks that one's the lie? Okay. Go ahead and tell us what was the lie.
Yeah, I don't even like soccer.
So his favorite sport being soccer was a lie. And you won districts in track,
Yeah.
high jump?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Put a little respect on LJ Leland's name. Let's district champion Leland to you, I guess. Nice. And then
Daddy.
you've been to Trader High School and now Wilsonville High School.
Yeah.
LJ is a Wildcat. He is in one of the best school districts in the state now, led by their elementary school principal administrator stuff. From Willamette Primary, standing at 5'8", from the coal miner. All right, everyone. Who else was Landon? Are you able to go?
Yeah, I am. My camera's just not working.
Let's hear from yours. Your camera's not working.
All right.
All right, Landon.
I've been in a Blazers commercial. I've been to Belize. I've assigned Damian Lillard basketball.
Okay, he's been in a Blazers commercial. He's been to Belize, or he has an auto of Dame Lillard. Is that what it was?
Yes.
Okay, who thinks the Blazers commercial is a lie? Who thinks the Belize is the lie? Gavin said Belize. Brixton's saying the auto of Dame is the lie. All right, what do you got, Landon? What's the lie?
I haven't been to Belize. I will be going next summer though.
You're going to Belize next summer, but you have been in a Blazers commercial?
Yes. I was about 7 years old, I think.
And then you got pretty good coverage of you in the commercial?
Yep. It was me and my family basically.
Your family was in it?
Yep.
Do you have that footage? Do you have the proof of that?
Yes, we do. I just don't know where.
My dad does.
You are not old enough to use that as an excuse. That is the type of stuff I can say about my high school film is that I can't find it. It's in a box somewhere, but that wasn't that long ago for you, Landon. Track it down, put it on the internet, send it to the cloud, put it on the blockchain, do something where it's going to last. Because that's, if you were in a commercial for the Blazers, that was 7. That was probably what, 9 years ago, 10 years ago? So probably after Greg Oden.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, Greg Oden, man, that guy with LaMarcus and Brandon Roy. And there was some optimism, and Amy, crazy Amy. There was definitely some hope for the city of Portland when we had all those guys, and then Oden was kind of a letdown. Jackson had a shorter career playing the professional basketball than your dad did. Your dad had a longer professional career than Greg Oden, but we got Ja now. Are we back? Are the Blazers back? No, maybe not. Ja's not this. Some of you guys think, okay. I see some heads nodding that maybe he's the answer and that we're getting it turned around and he's coming back to his all-star form. That'd be great. No? That's a pretty good backcourt. Ja, Dame, Denny. Denny's an all-star. Dame's an all-star. Ja's an all-star. Ja's gotta stay out of trouble.
No.
You gotta make some better decisions. That's about all I have to say. All right. Well, I think that was everybody, unless Coach Lunt is around and wants to give us his 2. Truths and a Lie. It's where we get to learn some pretty fun facts. If you don't know about Coach Luntz coaching or Clash video games, Clash Royale, I always give him a hard time about that. Coach, you got some good ones?
I'm not gonna do my same ones.
You got to pull some new ones out. Here we go. What do you got, Coach?
All right. I live with 6 females. That's the first one.
Okay.
I know how to surf.
San Diego kid would make sense. Okay.
And I passed my driver's lessons on a stick shift.
Okay. Man. Okay. 6 females. Drop it in the chat. 6 females. Brixton says number 1's a lie. Jackson said number 2 can't surf. Gavin said 1. Brixton and Colton are saying 1's a lie. All right. LJ said number 1. 6 females, too many. All right. What do you got, Coach?
1 was a lie. I live with 5 females, not 6. The dog is a male.
Okay. I was wondering if there was who the 6th was, if there was a cat or a rabbit. Did you guys ever have rabbits in the house?
We never had rabbits in the house, but we have them outside.
Outside the house. Okay. Pet rabbits. It's pretty good. All right, you guys. Well, it is 6:37. We are going to let you guys go, but check the WhatsApp. We will put this up there. I'm going to double check the game times tonight. It looked like it was Friday at 4:55 and 7 o'clock. So I did find out about the NBA Summer League, and they only sell tickets by the day, which kind of is a bummer because you have to buy a ticket to go all day. And it's like it covers 8 games, but it's not like we can be there all day because obviously we have games Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we'll talk about it and be in touch over but appreciate you guys being here, and we will be in touch with you guys all soon. So stay in touch. If you need anything, reach out and let me know. I will be sending out the standards. I'll be sending those out. So make sure you guys are keeping an eye out for those. Go over those, and we'll be in touch. If I know some of you guys tomorrow, we were talking about quite a few of you guys aren't able to make it because some of you guys are leaving before. Some of you guys are obviously down in Southern Oregon or already in Nevada. So we'll check there. We'll let you know about tomorrow and if we're going to meet at all before on Friday. I know some of you guys are flying in Friday. So keep an eye out. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and hopefully we get ready to compete. We're going to keep it simple, try to play hard, play together, and make sure that you guys are competing. And that's what we're going to ask for. So it's not going to be too complex. We're not going to have too much plays. We're going to have a few sets and then just work on trying to get advantages, keep advantages, attack the paint, kick it out, get good shots, great shots. So we're not going to try to overwhelm you guys too much. So don't feel like you're too far behind if you don't know what we're going to ask for you, because it's kind of a tough thing when we're spread out all over the state and in other states. So we're going to do what we can to show up, let you guys compete, have some fun, and then we'll be in touch with the guys. A couple of you guys aren't able to make it to Vegas, and then a couple of you guys aren't able to make it to the Portland tournaments. So we're going to do some other activities between now and then, but make sure you guys are checking the WhatsApp. So I know Gavin had to just get in there more recently. Keller was in there late. I think LJ didn't know about getting in there, but make sure you guys are checking that at least like once a night, checking that, especially these next few days coming up, leading up. All right, you guys, have a great night. Let's go Grit. Be ready to compete. All right, get some runs in.
Thank you.
Thank
Get
you.
some runs. See you guys. Bye, everybody.
Thank you,
Peace
Coach.
out. Later, Jackson. Bye, everybody.